So has been a great year, hasn't it, everybody? Yeah. Whoa, I'm shocked to see this on the TV. This is amazing. Yeah, I cannot believe how fast the year has gone. And we have a lot of stuff that is set up for this new year coming up. But let's go. This is going to make us feel old on how fast we're just moving along. The clock is ticking and ticking. So do you guys remember this?
Yes.
Yeah, there's some cute kids there. Oh, I saw you. Yeah, and you know what was great? The best thing about this entire event, there were no accidents with the goats. All right, so we're like in February. I don't know if you guys remember this, but this was our memory care. They were giving us a parade, giving off all the flowers and walking around. And of course, we've seen a lot of plenty wonderful things that the memory care have been doing with Tangy. We have an Angie, a Tangy, and a Tammy. Always confuses me. But regardless, you could see with Tangy and with Mary, the good times that they're having in memory care. So let's continue. Do you guys remember Mardi Gras?
Yes.
We had a lot of Mardi Gras here. I never celebrated Mardi Gras until I started working at Chateau. And you know what? That's one of my favorite holidays. I love Mardi Gras here with the parades that we have. Yeah, I think it's better than the real one. The real one is dirty. This is a lot better. But yeah, we're moving along. So let's get to the next slide. And then we did this thing called artificial intelligence. I mean, do you guys remember on the news, we were talking about ChatGPT. We were talking about Baird, which is the artificial intelligence for Google. It was a real eye awakener. And I believe this was sometime in March. Let's go ahead, hit the next video. And we're moving along here. And then I had the special ChatGPT golf club. And what did we do? We used it. And oh, there it was. A gazebo popped out of nowhere. Believe it or not, some people really thought it was magic. This was something that we wanted to show with teamwork because that was put together by our very own maintenance department. We have some really good people here. We even had food and beverage, some of the servers and and you look at that, housekeepers. Is that Cora? No, she's directing Jimmy what to do. But it was a lot of fun putting this all together, and you guys could watch through your actual windows. So let's go to the next one. Then something happened. There was a scam alert. That ChatGPT and all that other stuff that happens, it actually happened here in our own backyard with Donald. And Donald, he was so nice to get with me, and this is not a new studio, this is a green screen, but it looks pretty darn good, doesn't it? But he told his story. He told us it was almost, I think, $10,000. They were on the phone, and he went to the bank, and you know, we all learned, and it's going to continue happening, honestly, but this was a time where we were getting this in our backyard, and this was potentially can happen to any other resident here. It's some scary stuff, but hopefully with the knowledge, you guys know, be strong and not to get scammed, which is really hard just one time, but it was a real eye opener. So let's go to the next one.
And in the new year, we're having another scam alert, and we're having a police officer come.
Okay. Then we decided to do a luau. It rained, but the rain did stop. And this was, now we're in July, so this is kind of showing as we're going some of the highlights. I know there's a lot of activities that we do, but this is the same group we used for a while. They're great. They come from Disney, and they're definitely going to come back, and hopefully we'll make sure that I didn't do a good enough job with text messaging and emailing the rain gods, but maybe I should have had him help me and do a dance before that. All right, let's go to the next. Then what happened? We said, let's add a flagpole. It took 3 years or 3.5 years or whenever the time was for us to finally realize those little flagpoles weren't good enough. And then finally we had a resident named Doug who said, you better I'm just kidding. He really helped me out though with the flag. He looked into the knowledge about the flag, and if you remember, we did a whole flag raising ceremony. It's right there on the TVs, but it definitely is a memory that I know all of us will remember for years and years to come. And I believe even my son, Joshua, who's not here, he actually helped put that up. So, it's making memories. It definitely is, and it's for a good cause. And we were really happy, and now we have a flag. You want to go to the next one? Then Helen turned 101. We were out of order before, but this is in order. It was a milestone for Chateau because not only is she the oldest resident, it's the first resident that hit 101, which I know we're going to get a lot higher than that, going at the rate you guys are, all turning 100 years old. And we know, George, you're on deck. And there's probably 3 people right behind you. So if you live at Chateau, you live for a long time. You're smiling. That's great. All right, let's go to the next slide. Then, thank you to Maureen and Sonder. Doug, you were a good dancer. Hopefully Shirley's okay with that. But that whole jukebox, what a time. Perfect timing for the next thing that you guys will see in a second. But, I mean, listen, it couldn't have been a better location. And I know we added more records to it. And it's just a wonderful thing. And again, thank you, Maureen and Sandra. Really appreciate it. And we had our maintenance team actually go and pick it up and take it out of a crate. And then Zach, he serviced it. So it's really like a family. It is. All right, I think you only have to hit it once on this next one since it stopped. There we go. What kind of employees do we have here? This was shortly after. We had Jersey Day. And believe it or not, this was about 3 months ago. And we got them all, some of them really got carried away. But this was right when football season started. You know what, the reason why you guys are happy and everybody's happy, it has to do with the staff. It's not me, it's not the amenities. I just provide the tools and the leadership. But you get people here that enjoy coming to work and they enjoy their job. Look at that. I mean, I've never seen her smile. She's smiling there, and there's Mickle. But, we have some good staff members here, and they were really proud to be part of this. So if you want to go to the next one. And then, of course, it led into the fan zone. That fan zone was great. There's a lot of donations there from a lot of family members, a lot of you guys, even staff members. If you look at the Miami Dolphins, that wasn't donated by Jimmy. Jimmy's let us put it on loan. I guess it's a different terminology. I always joke around with it, but it's great. Just the fact that, because these are expensive items, to get them on the wall, and it's going to continue. I know as we get into the other seasons with basketball and some of the other things that are there, it's going to fill up more and more, and this is for years to come. We had to start somewhere. There's no blueprint saying, hey, this is what we're supposed to do. We had to put that first poster on the wall and then let it get into it. But the reason why it's successful is because look at all those staff members that are smiling. I mean, even Tammy's there too. I see everybody enjoys being here. If you want to get to the next one. I know Don is, I don't see Don here, but with a lot of the men that are here, there's Maureen. You're a celebrity today. But some of the things that the men's club have put together, from everything from the whole space station to a farm to this golf course, and they're doing some other things that wait till you guys see and it gets presented. But again, this is keeping everybody together. I mean, they're not old men. I see you, George, but everybody had input in this, and it was great. And I see some of the men here, definitely, Doug. I see everybody who was involved with the golf course. Madeleine Meadows, right? Raise your hand so everybody can see. Oh, I see some of the men right here. That's right. What a name, Madeleine Meadows. It fits perfect. All right, hit the next one. Then, of course, we only had, I know, Joe, you love this. We had only one hole. We wanted to do it for 4. Now, I know Doug came to me about 3 months ago, and we kind of forgot. It's been really hot out there. It's been rainy there, but now we've got 4. And I'm sure we're going to start doing some games and getting that ready for that. Let's go to the next. We're getting closer to where it's the current. There we go. So that was a recap, and we're going to get into the details, questions and answers at the end. So I'm going to kind of go through. We did get this board up, Chef's Pick Restaurant. That is actually a software that Zach, everything, Chateau Madeleine Live and everything else is from Zach. He wrote this program from scratch. You know why? There are no places that have this stuff in ALFs, so there's no need to have the live channel and to have all of the different menus changing and the flyers. So we just made it our own, and he's a great guy. But I want to let you guys know as well, we have brand new menus for all 3 restaurants. Monday night will be the first night that you're on the Chef's Pick menu. They have a lot of your favorite items, and then some, things that you've never seen before. So we have Chef's Pick. It will be a new breakfast, lunch, and dinner menu. And again, Legends Lounge, it will be a new menu as well, and there'll be some items here in the cafe that are different. And this is the reason why I wanted to get this recorded, because if I was to ask somebody right this second, when are the menus coming out? Soon. You'd say soon, but if you watch it, Monday night, that's the first dinner. So it's pretty amazing, and I'm looking forward to it, and I think you guys are really going to like it. Go ahead. Okay, this is important. This really is. We've seen a lot of people fall before. We've seen a lot over the time here at Chateau. Littlest things that we could do to prevent us from falling. I've seen it, a lot of other people, inside the elevator. You're in with your walker and you're backing out. How many people have walked into the elevator, and to get out, they walk out like this? What happens? Just like that, just like what you see. And this could kill you. It really can. That right there was because, I forgot who it was, pushed you. Yeah. But that's exactly, I told her to put it in motion. So it's so important, when you go into that elevator, when you're coming out, you want to go forward with your walker. How many people are guilty of going backwards? See, you guys are at least even, I'm sure there's a lot more. Okay, so we're not just posing here. I want you guys to know, nurses versus med techs. Everything comes down to color. A med tech is dressed in black. A nurse is dressed with the burgundy and the black. I want you guys to know, the nurses, they're able to administer medication, PRN, as needed. They're able to administer medication to somebody who's in memory care. They're the ones that are the managers of the whole floor. They're the ones that are telling the med techs what to do. It's so important. If you're looking for a nurse versus a med tech will help you, will assist with your medication administration. So somebody like John, for instance, just giving you an example, I don't have your health record in front of me. You need help putting cream on your leg. Well, she's gonna ask you, hey, and you're gonna read the bottle, or she's gonna read the bottle out loud. And you're gonna acknowledge you understand, because she is helping to put the cream on your leg. Versus let's pretend like Stella was a resident and she was clueless, and she has this cream that comes on, I heard that laugh, and she wants to get it, she needs to have it 3 times a day on her, that's a doctor's order. We know the med tech is not allowed to do that. They're just assisting. So the LPN, the nurse, will be able to know if you need it, and doesn't even have to tell you about it, and actually will apply it because they know how to do it, and it's going doctor's orders. So it gets complicated, but we just wanted you in this to know the colors. The stylish Anna and the stylish Desiree. They have no idea it's on there. And then also, if you look at this, from time to time, we do have temporary agency. We've hired about 3 more staff members just recently. We're really filling it up where we have our internal people, but it's so important. They have to wear this. So if you see somebody that you don't recognize and they're not wearing one of these badges, they'll be wearing one of these. It's red, Arbor Temporary Service. So they're not used to the custom. They could be coming from the Brennedy or one of those other places. I don't mean to down any other assisted livings here, but they should be wearing something like that. And then so say something was done that you're like, hey, somebody screwed up, or somebody, what's going on, or they didn't make my room. At least you know, hey, it was an agency person, because it's red. So it's so important just to be vigilant, but hopefully we don't have to have these anymore with all the new people. And then of course, we have done a sweep around the whole community, and not just directors have these name tags anymore. You're gonna see all of the staff having name tags. So they have this and they have this, and you can see, because when you guys go ahead and say that somebody did something, or giving a comment or a compliment, it helps so much to have some sort of an idea. So we're trying to just put it in a lot of different areas. Let's go. Okay. By demand, we are going to do resident parking only signs. I know a lot of you guys wanted this, and I know not everybody drives, but we do have a good handful of people that are driving. So we're gonna get signs, and it will be these 5 spots. I did this so fast, so I'm checking for typos. I don't see it. Okay. So we will get the signs that say residents only. Also, the beverage stations, we did get them replacing on all the different floors, and you guys know how to use it, which is great. Now comes the fun part. We're gonna get some selections. We've got probably 100 different types of flavors of water, 100 different types of flavors of coffee and froth. So we're gonna start getting them out in the next few months for you guys to kind of try them out, pick out what you guys want, and then we can order some and try it out. I know.
Pumpkin spice.
That's right. So I've already told him to get a list, and it's really important to watch your TVs, because on the Chateau News, which I'll show you, I'm going to be talking about this. So we're going to start having some good substance on it.
Whoa.
All right. And we have somebody that we're going to make their day. Evelyn. We're putting a double sink in the art room. It took almost 4 years, but you know what? We did it. So it's on the calendar to do it, and we're really happy about that. And I know Evelyn will be really happy. Okay, so on this, you guys have seen this all over the place. There's a couple things here. This is the Chateau News. This that runs down here at the bottom, that is where we're going to put a lot of important information. And we're going to start updating it. I'm giving the credentials to a lot more people. And as soon as I get the ability to trust that there's no typos. But listen, if somebody does a typo, just let me know, let the concierge know. It's a quick fix. That's why it hasn't been being updated as much, because I don't want you, when you have a lot of hands in the pot. But I would like to get a lot of information, and that helps with having a lot of people putting it in. And then of course, the specials, that's a new addition that was added. This year, that's all tied to our restaurant. Okay? So yesterday, Zach went live with this. There's two ways, and we're gonna do a workshop, and your families, they will also get this information, but it is so easy for us to put this, you don't have to be a rocket science. It has all the dailies, and it has all those digital displays. You just swipe it. We'll do a workshop too. We're not getting rid of anything, but this is kind of cool. You could go, I know some of you guys are good with your phone or with the iPad, or if you have it in your room. It's not required, but I know your family members, they will love it because they can actually see it. Go to the next one. And of course, you guys all know we do have that holiday fund going. 100% of it goes to all of our employees. And there's a lot of different ways to do it, and I'm not even gonna go into it, but you guys have probably seen this goofy video of me and Stella. The only good people here were the elves. Who knows who the elves were up there?
You're famous.
You guys are known as the Chateau Elves.
Yeah. Chateau Elves coming to you soon.
But yeah, that's great, and I do appreciate it. A lot of you guys have also already made donations. Let's go to the, hit back one more. Okay, I've heard this so many times from John. When are they gonna start building? When can I go in the pool? How many of you guys seen John in the makeshift pool in the back from the rain going in? I didn't put that on the TVs, but he really did go, him and Karen, and John took a dip in the little pond in the back.
There's a sign that says no swimming.
We had to put no swimming signs there. Which by the way, one slide that didn't make this is, we are getting ready to, when you walk in through the entrance, since we're talking about outside, right here at the entryway, one on each side, we've got this big vase that has now bougainvillea coming out. And right in front where the white rocks are, we're gonna have some vases that are there. And April has been raising, like a child, pineapples. So I'm hoping to have about 4 or 5 pineapples, providing you guys don't pick them. There, I think pineapples are nice because guess what? Pineapples, that's the logo, the mascot of Chateau. So if you go back one more to what we were just at, look at this. This is Brevard Medical City. This is 26.5 acres. You guys can all get your bearings. This is right here, Chateau. It's a lot of land. Well, we are gonna have a tower that will be here and eventually here. It's all assisted living. And it's gonna take a long time, not the first tower, but it will never be in a position where you see these independent living places. Because the thing about independent living, they have a lot of people that drive, parking, traffic. Assisted living, how many people here are still driving their car? If you guys were all independent, every single one of you would be raising your hand. Times the amount of cars. So, we have a nice setup. So if you go ahead, and yes, even this land here we have as well. So if you go to the next, the Atlantis Tower. So what happened? We were ready to do the construction. Problem was, I don't want to say bad words about our civil engineer, bad words about the county commissioners, but there were a couple things that happened that put it into a delay, that required us to do a new design. A design that you guys wouldn't know the difference. It's exactly the same as what we were planning, just a type of construction. How many guys have seen the giant, it's not here, but the piles that are in the ground? I think there's only 5 of them. Well, when they put it in, the building started shaking like a leaf. And they were afraid about the structural integrity. which is a big thing. And if you think about it as residents, could you imagine putting 300 of them in there? It wouldn't be fun. It would be during the day, but not where you're sleeping, but still. So we did a whole revamp, and then while that was going on, interest rates were going up, all sorts of things were going up, and we were talking to builders that were saying, have you guys ever heard of supply chain issues? They were saying that there is such a supply chain demand that they would have to bring all the material for the entire building before we even break ground, like the drywall, the wood, the roof, everything, and stack it. Oh God, some of the things. So you know what, it's good, we took a break. We took a break while they were designing it. And now, if you go to the, and you can see right here where this tower will be. It will take this whole area, and that's where John's pool is. If you go to the next page. So this is lighter construction. We have been designing it. We have our construction manager. It's somebody by the name of John, and he is very, very smart, and it looks like we've selected a builder. We're like 99% certain, but they're very reputable and very conscientious about residents that are living here. Because again, we're gonna give you so much time, and I know a lot of you will have a dedicated meeting just for that, but it is not happening in the next 4 or 5 months. It will probably be closer to February, March, but you will have a nice lead time and you will know exactly what's going on. It's not like, Joe, you're gonna wake up, look out your window and say, what was that noise? Oh, they started breaking ground. Not at all. And we're gonna turn it into a whole educational thing where you'll see, hey, I hear it, and you'll actually see on TV, like right up where they're going. But if you go to the next page. So ultimately, that's what it will look like. And that tower is right here where you see it. It's all connected. And if you go to the next page, this is from the other side looking at it. So the lake is at our back side. And it is really nice. There's a lot of, this is all, there'll be our new barbecue spot, and everything will be open. It'll be breezy. And if you go to the next one, I might hit it twice. Well, that was the last one. Also, another update that we do have is we've got the Halloween, or before that is the Fall Festival, October 27th. That Fall Festival, has anybody signed up or no family members that are doing the chili cook-off? We're really gonna start pushing it as we get a little bit closer, but 2 days before, residents that don't have that cooking ability, we're gonna have an event where you guys go to the grocery store, pick up your recipe, and then we're gonna close the kitchen, and 5 residents will get to cook. So there's 2 of them right there, so let me. Oh, okay, so you have it at your, so that means we have 5 spots that are open. We'll be in the actual kitchen cooking, and you guys will be able to point to the chef and tell him whatever you want him to cook. He will be at your service to cut. So you say, hey chef, I need you to cut. I need you to cut, and he will cut for you. So this has never been done before, and we're really gonna push into this so you guys can get that experience. Yeah, some of you guys are saying, there's no way I could tell chef what to cook, or cut, I should say. Well, yes, it was his idea too. And then we're gonna have a whole Halloween style pumpkin carving contest, which will be another big thing. All the departments, they're all gonna be competing with each other. So we're looking forward for that. And then of course, Halloween is during the week. So we're gonna have Halloween costume contests, and the employees, I'm gonna give the winners, we're gonna do a whole parade, and they will get to have free PTO, paid time off. That's how you get them all set up to go. So, and we're not even talking about Thanksgiving and going into Christmas and going into all the decorations and then New Year's. There's a lot of fun things that are about to happen. The point of this was just to kind of show, a lot of people don't realize how much stuff we've all experienced in changes just since January 1st. And some friendships and other residents, we've had some good, Dave, our driver, we had a farewell to him, and unfortunate, but he may be coming back. But it's just, this is how it works, and we have a lot of people that do come in and then go out, and a lot of different ideas and from out of the box. So that was a lot of information. So I'm gonna point at Roxy. Thank you guys for listening to it, and thank you, Roxy, for recording it. And then I will do questions and answers for all of you guys.